Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome to part 5 of my Awaroa playthrough. We're just going to be going through the story as we have been, and yeah, so hope you guys enjoy.
Can't believe it. You invite someone into your home and they do this to you. Just an obstacle to be cleared to them. What a mess this has been. Oh, left the letterbox. How kind of them. Alyssa, do what you want with it. Yes, I mean that. It's got my name on it, but that's probably just some townie's idea of a funny prank. I have a reputation with them after all. MM. Melanie Murphy, it must be. And this is my mother's handwriting. She's long gone.
Kiri, I've kept this from you for far too long. I came up here because I wanted to make it right, and this was the last
I had no idea they treated people like that. I was only a kid when she left. Lots happened since then, you know.
Kiri, I've kept this from you for far too long. I came up here because I wanted to make it right, and this was the last address I had for you. I had no
Sorry,
idea.
cat's got my tongue. It's a lot to take in. Tell you what, how about I put the kettle on and give Melanie a call? See where we're at with each other. And you head off and get us some more footage? I've already had a crew out at Stonecastle to clear up what was left, so I'd suggest starting there. Plenty of prime deer species in the area. Why don't you make that your focus?
No. Kiri, I've kept this from you for far too long. I came up here because I wanted to make it right, and this was the last address I had for you. I had no idea everything had been torn down. Did you approve of this? It seems so unlike you, but I guess that's not for me to say. Anyway, I've held on this for far too long, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry for what happened between us. I hope this gets into your hands. If you don't hate me after this, reach out, okay? Our hunting trips are still some of my fondest memories. MM. 22nd February 1985. My dear Kiri, things have come to a head. The others don't approve of me dating someone from the town, and they've made their mission to get rid of me. I just wish you'd listen. I know that some townies haven't been nice to you, but that goes both ways. We've been monopolizing the forest, not letting them walk on public land. That's not collective, Kiri, and we, of all people, should know that. It's bullying. Look, please contact me if you change your mind. I'll give Melanie the address and this letter. I love you lots. Stay safe, Mom. Alright, let's check this lake, I guess.
Lovely specimen. You're really a natural at this, eh? So listen, I had a brief chat with Melanie, and she was open to talking more. Been 25 years, and it's going to take more than a single phone call, but it's a start. We had to cut it off, though. She's got news. Big news. She saw some tracks not far from here when she came by to leave the letter a day or so ago, and she swears blind they were from a moose. Are you ready to head out again, Ehoa? Forget the marketing video. This just became a documentary. the location where Melanie saw the tracks on your hunter mate. 2 things. Keep that camera strapped to you and stay low. It wouldn't do to scare it now. We've come so close. Sometimes I ask myself if I could go back in time and stop them from releasing those animals, would I? Our native species would be thriving. But I'd have never known the thrill of chasing a deer through the bush. A head scratcher.
Adapt or perish. The only mammals native to New Zealand are bats and some marine species. Maori settlers brought dogs and rats in the 13th century, but it wasn't until Europeans arrived that new species were released en masse, especially from the 19th century onward with the popularity of acclimatization societies, voluntary bodies that encourage the introduction of non-native species in hopes they would acclimatize and adapt. This did happen often to disastrous effects. Pests like stoats and possum continue to threaten native wildlife, while even game animals can cause destruction unless their numbers are regulated. Yep. Oof. Yep. A black goat. So that's 3 trophies. Oof. Brained him. You gonna turn around, bud, or? Thank you. Oh, never mind. He didn't have diamond potential. I thought he did. It was 190. That was low 90s. But, oh well. Still looking nice. Pretty solid gold. Alright, let's go find that moose. One of these days you're gonna be a 3.
Whoa. Those are definitely moose prints and they're fresh. I'm pinching myself. Looks like a big one. A bull. One I saw was a cow. Must be his son. No records of any antlers in this area, but you don't exactly get many people out looking. Too remote. Keep one eye on the tracks, the other on your surroundings. I know, you know. Melanie used to drill that one into me. Can you imagine? They bundled 10 of them into crates and shipped them across the sea from Canada. Must have been terrifying. Most got shot, the others failed to adapt. This bloke we're stalking is probably all that's left of that line.
Imagine moose in New Zealand. Kind of crazy.
He went towards the coast. Check that branch. Snapped and stripped. Deer don't browse like that, and certainly not that high up.
You don't really think of the size difference until you...
Is that the end of them? Oh, I knew this was too good to be true. If he's lived this long in the reserve undetected, then he's not going to give himself up that easily. Right, Erhor, I think that's your work done here for now. I'll get Josh to set up more cameras around here so we can keep a close eye on things. In the meantime, I can't stop thinking about that letter. I might have been too harsh on people, or at least some people. So I wanted to ask you another favour. There's something in it for you this time, though. So here's the plan. I want to repay Melanie for telling me about the moose. I know I have every right to be angry with her for keeping that letter from me all this time, but frankly it would do the both of us good to move on. And ironically enough, I think the best way for me to do that is to face up to my past. There's somewhere and something I've been avoiding for far too long. Those are hiking boots you're wearing, right? Good. We're going up into the mountains. 25 years ago, I was working as an assistant to our then warden and going out on hunting trips at the weekend with Melanie. We were close at the time. Mum had just left, you know. It was good for me to have someone like that in my life, but I didn't really get on with some of her mates from the chopper company. Hard blokes they were, hard working and hard drinking. I found them kind of intimidating, truth be told. And the whole commercial hunting business seemed like one big laugh to them. Out on fancy toys playing shoot 'em up. Even called themselves Alpine Ops, like a bloody action movie. Anyway, one day I was on duty and received a report of smoke sighted on the other side of the reserve. Melanie and her pilot mate, I won't name him, were heading out over that way anyway and suggested I join them. He had been out the night before. You could smell it on his breath. I wanted her to like me. They'd take the piss out of you if you complained too much. They'd call you a wuss or worse. So I got in. It was fine at first. The pilot was keeping it together and Melanie tried to reassure me that it was probably just some kid's campfire. But then it fogged up. He didn't know what to do, started swerving as if to get out of it. Next thing, we hit a bluff. I don't remember anything after that. Everyone survived. The pilot broke quite a few bones, but Melanie got off with just a few cuts and bruises, a lucky sucker. And the fire? False alarm. Anyway, the wreckage from that accident was never cleared, and I haven't been back since either. 2 out of the way. But I'm certain there are still a few things worth salvaging up there.
There's Shammy.
Shammy, is it? Little fellas will make you work for 'em. They're sharp as with top sensors, and you better believe that once they spot you, they'll be out of there over tricky terrain before you can say, go to antelope. It should be around here somewhere. The cockpit. If it had hit the ground at a slightly different angle, we'd have been goners. Take a look around, see if you can find anything. Bingo! That's exactly what I was hoping we'd run into. Melanie's old hunting rifle. I asked her if she wanted it back, but she said it'd make more sense for you to hold on to it. She's a bit too long in the tooth to get up to much hunting these days. The poor dear. There. That's mine. A gift from my mum, who got it as a gift from hers. I'll have it patched up and sent to your weapon locker. Consider it a bonus for a job well done. I've been missing it all this time. Can you drop that necklace off by the nearest outpost and we'll wrap things up? Josh will head over for it later. I told him he'll never drive my car again if he so much as looks at it the wrong way. I think we're sitting pretty when it comes to hunting footage for the film now. I'll send what we have over to the marketing team and leave the rest in their hands. Still, it's a shame that the moose thing didn't pan out. I've had more than my fair share of false starts over the years, so I knew it was never going to be easy. They're tricky like that. Something for the book at least, eh? An ultimate chapter. He yet lives. I'll be sure to let you know how the video is received anyway. Thanks again. And great job, Ehor. No love lost between me and some of those blokes and ladies. But I've got to admit that their efforts are the only reason why this place is still doing okay.
Alpine ops. Different deer species were introduced to New Zealand in waves throughout the 19th century. By the early 20th century, the population of red deer in the southern South Island had exploded, threatening native flora and leading the government to encourage decisive action against the deer menace. From the 1960s, professional hunters shot and extracted deer from helicopters in remote regions of the South Island. High venison prices led to an extraordinary competitive industry for those brave or foolish enough to sign up. Hunters would jump from helicopters straight onto the deer and twist their necks, the so-called bulldogging technique. Unsurprisingly, the industry was poorly regulated and accidents sometimes led to death were common. They're sometimes leading to death. Jesus. Jumping from a helicopter to twist the neck off a deer. Now that's something. That's dedication, I guess. I don't know what to call that. Besides, I mean, it's stupid, but like, damn. It's impressive too. Like, the gall or the guts to do that. No easy task. Oh. What? Alright, 58 flat is diamond, so. Be cool to get a diamond, one of these guys. Maybe not. He's just stupid. Well, now that I said, hey, we found the chamois, I'm guessing the only things we'll be hunting here for a bit. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode as we slowly go through the story and learn that the moose is max weight. We also found out that we also found our first chamois, and we got a rare fur type goat, which is really nice after hunting so many on Emerald Coast and seeing quite a few here. So that's nice. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Good times.